My perspective on life, I think, is a little bit different than everyone else's, just because of the experience that I've had. I come into every day and I'm enthusiastic, and yes, there's a lot of things on my plate, but I feel like I cannot take any second for granted. So I'm going to do as much as I can to progress my own career and then also help out other people at the same time. My name is Robert Perretta. I'm a financial analyst at Citi while getting my second MBA in management from Wagner College. After I graduated in 2012, my middle brother Thomas graduated in 2013. And now my youngest brother John is a freshman, so it's kind of become a family tradition, I guess, to go to Wagner. Within the community, what I do is specifically raise money for childhood cancer. I have my own nonprofit organization called Rise Above Cancer, which was founded in 2014. But for the last 5 years, I've been helping put on an annual event that's held at the Hilton Garden Inn on Staten Island to help raise money for the Stephen D. Hassenfeld Center, which is part of NYU Langone. The annual event that we host is called the Mark and Diane Satile Annual Cancer Benefit. And my friend that I was close with, who lost both his parents, he started the event 8 years ago by himself, just to raise whatever he could from friends around the neighborhood. You know, it was 25 people within a small bar on Staten Island. Since we've kind of teamed up, it's grown to something pretty big. We've had over 200 people there over the last 5 years. We've been able to donate a good amount of money to the Hassenfeld Center, and it's really become an event that people come to every year, that they look forward to every year.
What we were able to do was purchase an infusion chair for the children to receive chemo and other medicines in, and also purchase iPads that they could look at while they're actually getting treatments. So what you guys do here tonight directly affects someone, whether it be at NYU Langone or, as you saw, someone in the community that we're going to...
I was actually in 8th grade going to school in Dongan Hills when a hockey coach approached me and offered me a scholarship to go play in Canada. But then November rolled around and the hockey season was starting up. I was feeling very tired and not 100%, not myself. So there was one night when after practice, I wasn't able to walk back up to the dorms. It got so bad. I was diagnosed with an aggressive form of leukemia. And NYU said, you have to get here right away. So my parents came to pick me up overnight, and we drove directly to NYU on November 16th, 2001. So they ran more tests overnight, and then the doctor came in the next day on November 17th, 2001, and he diagnosed me with AML, which is acute myeloid leukemia. Luckily, because of the great doctors at NYU, they healed me. And that's when my association with the hospital started in 2001. Currently, I sit on the Adults in Toyland Committee, which hosts an annual event at the Plaza Hotel. It all started from my time at Wagner. They had an economic summit, and at the economic summit, Ken Langone came to speak. And at this time in my life, not a lot of people knew my story. The first time that I really made it public was at the economic summit. When he was taking questions, I stood up and I said, Mr. Langone, first I just want to say thank you, because I was diagnosed and treated at NYU, with your help that I'm standing here today, with your help and the help of the doctors and the nurses. Since then, I've kind of idolized what he did. That was in 2012. In 2014, I was asked to speak in front of the Adults in Toyland Committee, which is under Ken. I went up to him and I introduced myself. I said, my name is Robert. I actually stood up and told you briefly my story at Wagner in 2012, and he said, yes, I absolutely remember you. He's like, I've been hearing good things about you since, and I know that you're on the Adults in Toyland Committee. To actually meet him and connect to Wagner in 2012, fast forward a few years, and I get to see him and he still remembered that, really meant a lot to me. Don't feel there's something that's too little that you can do. If there's a committee or something small that you feel that you can make a difference on, doesn't matter how little of an impact you make, you're still making an impact. A small impact could turn into a big impact. Like our foundation that went from 25 people in a small bar to over 200 people now. It doesn't happen all of a sudden. It's progressive, and it depends how much effort you put into it.